Johar, Jai Karam. Karam is a sacred tree that represents the Supreme Being who protected our ancestors. The basic history and meaning of the Karam story is respect the nature and in return nature will protect you, as we find in Karma and Dharma story. Karam is celebrated on the 11th day of the month of Bhado. The festival of Karam is celebrated by the tribals of Jharkhand, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Assam, Odisha, Santhal and West Bengal.
It is to remember the salvific act of God which our ancestors experienced through the Karam tree. The idea of fertility applies to the agricultural produce as well as to the recently engaged girls of the village. The Karam festival becomes an occasion to petition to God for the perpetuity and prosperity of the tribal community. The Karam festival honors the day of the great escape of the tribals from the enemies. It is believed that as the tribals were escaping, they hid themselves in a cave and a mighty Karam tree covered the mouth of the cave. Therefore, the Karam tree has a sacred place in the tribal world. Karam is the celebration of our identity and dignity as tribals.
Every year, the Karam branches are brought to the venue in a solemn procession with singing and dancing and drumming. The Karam branches are placed in the center, akhada, and the village priest performs the ritual. After the ritual, they sing melodious Karam songs and perform special dances throughout the night. At the end of the festivities, the Karam branches are immersed into the river or a pond as the people joyfully exclaim and chant, "O Karam, come next year again with more prosperity and happiness."
Some profound symbols are used during Karam feast. Dandakatta is a symbolic special prayer to God. Danda is a velva stick and katta means to split the end of the velva stick into two. In the context that we are speaking of, Dandakatta symbolically prevents evil mouths, an evil eye or malignant forces from crossing the threshold of the house.
Another important symbol is the jawa. Jawa is a tender plant of barley or wheat or corn grown in the dark, because our ancestors were hidden in the cave when the enemies attacked them. These seeds fell inside the cave. They germinated, but the plants developed yellow leaves. After the enemies went away, to thank and worship Karam Raja, our ancestors had no flowers other than jawa to offer. So, jawa was first used by the tribals to adorn themselves and to express their joy after the great escape from their enemies. On the Karam day, jawa is distributed to every member of the community, which they delightfully place behind their ears or in the hair to mark the safety provided by the Karam branches.
We also use some other symbols. Cucumber as a symbol of a child, white pearl rice as a symbol of new life, and white egg as pure life. Sindur on Karam branch means it is sacred, and threefold white unblessed thread means new sari. The use of hadia is to express the sharing of joy with one another. Our ancestors prepared it from rice and herbals only, and they never used chemicals. All these symbols are offered to God during the Eucharist and are symbolic of asking God, who is the source of all life, for good life partners for the girls in the village, for protection of their crops and the safety and well-being of all in the community.
Like Father Stan Swami, who like the Karam tree protected the tribals from exploitation and oppression. We pray that many more people will be inspired to stand up and fight to protect the rights and the rich cultural heritage of the tribals. Karam tree, which represents the nature, protected our ancestors. The myth tells us, as long as we protect and represent the nature in turn protects and prospers us. Thank you, Johar and Jai Karam.